Hello and welcome back to the StarterCookie channel. If you want to learn step-by-step how to leverage Facebook and Instagram ads to grow your email list, then you're in the right place. But first, for those of you who are new here, my name is Chloe and I'm the social media and paid ads expert here at StarterCookie. In my career, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on social media ads, which have generated millions of dollars in sales. So rest assured that what you learn in this video isn't just hypothetical, it's based on real experience. Alright, let's do this. The first step is to define your audience. For building your email list, there are two types of audiences to consider targeting: cold traffic and warm traffic. Cold traffic represents those who haven't engaged with your business yet. They haven't been to your website or interacted with you on social media, so it's a pretty safe bet to assume that they've never even heard of your brand before. And because they've never interacted with you before, the way that you speak to and interact with these people is going to be different than how you interact with your warm traffic audiences. More on that in a little bit though. To create cold traffic audiences, use Meta's interests and demographic targeting to find people who might be interested in your offerings. Even though you can pile on hundreds of interests to really refine your audience, we actually recommend keeping your targeting fairly broad and allowing the algorithm to do the heavy lifting. For example, here at StarterCookie, our cold traffic audiences consist of business owners and entrepreneurs aged 30 to 65. We could have gotten really granular, but the broader the better when you're first starting out. Moving on to warm traffic. These are the people who have already interacted with your business, so people like your website visitors and your social media engagers. Assuming that you already have the Facebook pixel correctly installed on your website, you can create a custom audience within Meta for your social media engagers and website visitors. Note that warm traffic also consists of contacts you already have on your email list, but because the intention of these ads is to build your email list, then you'll actually want to make sure that you're always excluding your existing email list from targeting so that you don't waste your advertising budget on finding them again. With your audience in focus, the next step is to establish your campaign goals. These goals will help you decide whether or not your campaign is performing well and if you should scale it by increasing your budget or pull back some of the spending if it's not performing well. So make sure you define really specific and measurable goals for your campaign. Whether it's reaching a specific number of signups or achieving a goal within a set time frame, be crystal clear. I'll give you a couple examples of two campaigns that we've run before to highlight the different types of goals that you could set for different types of campaigns. So campaign A was an evergreen lead magnet. It was a downloadable PDF. We knew that for something like this and our specific target audience, our average cost per lead, or CPL, is around $1. We ran this campaign for about 4 weeks and then we ran it on and off again over the next year. So our goal for this campaign was to 1, get our cost per lead down to $1 or less, and 2, to recoup all of our ad spend within 6 months of the new leads joining our list. Now, campaign B was also a lead generation campaign, but this one was for a free webinar. We ran this campaign for 1 week prior to the webinar, and in the webinar, we had a sales pitch. We knew that our cost per lead for this specific target audience when promoting a webinar was around $2, and that we typically converted 1 to 2% of people who actually came through a Facebook ad. So our goals here were to 1, generate a cost per lead of $2 or less, 2, a 2% conversion rate, and 3, recoup all of our ad spend within 1 week of the campaign ending. Do you see how those campaigns and their corresponding goals are different? If you want me to go in more depth about how to create a budget or set goals for your campaigns, let me know in the comments. Okay, let's move on. Step 3 is to actually create the lead magnet for your campaign. Lead magnets are valuable incentives that businesses offer to potential customers in exchange for their contact information. Your lead magnet should entice your audience with something of so much value that they'll willingly give you their email address. So think of things like ebooks, PDFs, webinars, templates, audio lessons, free consultations, or any other exclusive content that resonates with your audience's interests and needs. Before we continue, we've covered a lot at this point, so let's take a pause together for a second. And while we're pausing, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss any of our future content to help you grow your business. The next step is to design your ad creatives. If you're a savvy designer yourself, you may opt to create them in Canva or Photoshop, but if you're not so well versed in graphic design, we recommend enlisting in the support of a professional graphic designer for this one. Or alternatively, you could consider embracing the trend of low fidelity social ads and use a good old tripod and iPhone to film your content to get that raw, unfiltered style of video that seamlessly blends in with organic social content. In today's digital world, people quickly adapt to receiving ads regularly regularly and can spot one out in a split second. So leveraging low fidelity social ads that look like an organic social media post can help eliminate that automatic scroll past response and substantially improve the results of your campaign. One last thing to note about your ad creative. Remember how I mentioned earlier that the way that you interact with warm audience will be different than the way that you interact with cold audiences? When designing your ad creatives, you need to remember that cold traffic has never heard of you and likely has never seen your brand before, whereas warm traffic has. And this is especially important if you're the face of your brand. So if you're using a video of yourself to share your lead magnet, adding something like a brief introduction of who you are and why you have the authority to speak on what you're offering can make a huge difference to converting your cold traffic, whereas your warm traffic already knows this information about you. Next, your ad copy is one of the most important parts of your campaign. If you're writing it yourself, ensure that your headline grabs your audience's attention and that the copy uses the voice of your customer. Here at StarterCookie, we gather our voice of customer through responses and surveys and membership engagement. But if you don't have this, you can also find your voice of customer in the comments on your social media, reviews on your website, and the comments and reviews from your target audience across the web. Discovering the words that your audience uses to describe their needs, desires, and even their pain points is incredibly powerful when it comes to writing effective, high-converting ad copy. And going back to the difference in how we interact with our warm and cold traffic, when you're writing your ad copy, keep in mind that one audience already knows you, whereas the other cold traffic audience may need some more context or proof that you're an authority in your industry to build trust. At this point, you've defined your target audience, your goals, created your lead magnet, designed your ad creatives, and written your ad copy. So now it's finally time to set up your ad campaign. To get started, head to Facebook's Ads Manager and set up a conversions campaign. This campaign optimization focuses on actions like email signups. You'll also need to ensure that your email automations are set up before launching your campaign. This way, you can seamlessly transition into your email campaign once you've captured your leads. If you're hungry for more details on setting up your Facebook ad campaign or some more insights on corresponding email campaigns, let me know in the comments below so we can create a video to answer your questions. Finally, the journey doesn't stop with a launch. In the 7th and final step, it's time to monitor and analyze your campaign's performance. Regularly check on your analytics, keeping a keen eye on metrics like click-through rate, conversion rate, and cost per lead. This information will help you make critical decisions like whether to pull back on spending if it isn't performing well or add money if it is. And there you have it, my step-by-step guide for building your email list with Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, I know you're most likely walking away from this video with the information you need, but maybe not the support you need as you tackle your first ad campaign. So if you're interested in getting access to a network of experts just like myself and a community of entrepreneurs like you, go to StarterCookie.com and join our community for all the resources and expertise you need to grow your business. As always, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.